My name is Anthony Tone Show Nunez, and today I'm talking about Van Helsing Season 4, Episode 9. There's no I in team. Let's talk about it! So before we start talking about There's No I in Team, let's get some house cleaning done. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to share the Tone Show. And also, thank you for reminding me there's more than 2 episodes of Van Helsing left. You guys put me on blast in the comments. You're completely right. The last 2 seasons, I've reviewed 13 episodes of Van Helsing each season. And this season is no different. It's 13 episodes. So this is episode 9. 4 more episodes to go, unless my math sucks. So let's talk about There's No I in Team. This is a Jack-centric episode. This episode is actually the first episode since season 1 when we actually travel back to before the Rising. Well, the day of the Rising to be exact. Now, for you guys who jumped late on this Van Helsing bandwagon, the Rising is the day that there was a giant volcano eruption. And this volcano eruption put a lot of ash and dust and cloud into the air, blocking the sun, allowing vampires, not daywalkers, but just regular vampires to easily more get around without being hurt by the sun. In this episode, which was a very Jack-centric episode, we saw what Jack was doing the day of the Rising. She was part of an archery team, and basically all we learned really is that she lost a lot of friends the day of the Rising. She lost a lot of friends, just like everybody else in this universe. Goddamn apocalypse. We also learned that her father, Hansen, Willem, actually sent a vampire or maybe a early prototype daywalker to save her, to help her. So she thought this creep was there to hurt her at some point, but no, he actually helped her and her friends along the way. Unfortunately, Jack lost all her friends in this episode, and we saw that she was communicating with her sister Violet throughout the episode, and that her father Hansen had arranged for Violet to take a helicopter, and unfortunately she couldn't make it to the helicopter in time, so she was left behind. Eventually, her father thought that she was dead, and that's what we learned in the current season. Now, why did they do this episode about a flashback episode, right? Taking us all the way back to the before the Rising. I think the reason is we already had a few episodes where we focused on Violet, and Violet got to basically give us a little bit of her story and her background, and we saw Violet interacting with Julius. So I think this episode was supposed to basically catch Jack up to the point where she's a more fleshed out, developed character, being that Violet and Jack is supposed to be the spawn of Van Helsing. So this flashback is supposed to basically endear us to Jack and give us a little bit more fleshing out of her character. I'm not sure if Jack is going to become even more important in the future, or this is them prepping Jack to basically be sacrificed like Scarlet. But whatever it is, this was basically supposed to bring Jack more to the forefront, and now we know a little bit more about her and her past and how that might influence the choices that she makes in the future. This episode, I feel like, was more of a middle of the season episode, not really supposed to move the story along, but just basically supposed to entertain you. And it was entertaining. It was a nice break from the regular episodes that we've been getting with Van Helsing, and the pacing and the vibe. This episode had a very contemporary feel to it, and you saw that everybody was basically on their cell phones. They were typical teenagers before the Rising, and like so many people, she had to grow up. So what did you think about this episode? There's no I in team, and the only person who survives from the team is Jack. Make sure to put it in the comments. Let me know what you think about this episode. This is episode 9, episode 10, and episode 11, 12, and 13. Look at that. The Tone Show can count. Like, is it Count Chocula or Count Dracula? Or is it just the count? Anyway, so make sure to start that hashtag Renew Van Helsing Season 5, hashtag Goddamn Apocalypse. We're so close to the end, and I really want to see the story continue and get more answers. As always, guys, this is the Tone Show. Make sure to hit that like button. Tone Show, woo!